Better yet, we're in danger.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yo, Chris, there's a fucking light. There's a fucking light.
Where? Bro, what the fuck?
That's a light, that's a light.
Get the fuck out of
Yo,
here.
it's coming,
bro.
Sea venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Tonight, we're diving into the 6 most disturbing camping encounters ever recorded. These clips will make you think twice about ever stepping into the woods alone again. Let's delve straight into this first disturbing encounter. On the night of September 9th, 2023, the TikTok account Chilling Whisper Tales posted a video titled, "More Scary Sounds from the Appalachian Mountains. Could it be skinwalkers?" What began as a routine hike quickly turned eerie as the quiet night was interrupted by a series of unsettling noises. The video opens with the person behind the camera pointing it toward a dense patch of forest surrounded by towering trees. Almost instantly, the atmosphere shifts, and something unsettling begins to unfold. Loud, jarring noises can be heard in the distance, breaking the stillness of the forest as their echoes ripple through the silence, creating a deeply unsettling disturbance. Though the video cuts off abruptly, one chilling question lingers. What was the source of that haunting sound? Was it truly the work of a skinwalker, or is there a more earthly explanation still waiting to be uncovered? One thing is certain. This forest now stands as one of the most compelling and mysterious locations tied to modern-day skinwalker lore. The next video tells an almost similar story of spending a night in a hauntingly mysterious location. Meet Jasko, the driving force behind the channel Jasko, who plunges viewers into the heart of fear with his intense paranormal investigations and explorations of forsaken places. His videos are raw, unfiltered journeys into abandoned locations, steeped in dark histories and haunted reputations. From decaying structures to remote, ominous landscapes, Jasko confronts the lingering remnants of the past and the chilling entities that may still reside there. This time, he and his partner Chris venture into a forest so notoriously haunted, it pushes the boundaries of fear, revealing just how real and terrifying the unknown can be. Jasko sets the stage for a night of terror, camping in a forest infamous for shadow figures stalking the roads, disembodied screams echoing from its depths, and whispers carried on the wind.
Alright guys, tonight we're going to be camping in a forest that's so damn haunted. People have reported seeing shadowy figures alongside the roads when they're driving through some of the roads in this forest. People have reported hearing screams from deep within the forest, whispers in the wind, voices. It's freaky out here. And there are reports of people who have went into this forest and never came out.
He describes the atmosphere as tense and hostile, confirming their plan to split up to cover more ground, despite the inherent risks. Although there were snowplows blocking multiple entrances, but still, they went ahead.
But we're actually going to be splitting up. So, yeah, just trying to cover as much ground as possible, get as much content for you guys. We're trying to kick things up a notch, and there is a small problem. As you can see here, the plows come and just kind of cover every single entrance in this forest. We've been to 3 different access points so far, and they're all like this. And here's the thing. I could bring my truck in here 100%. Problem is, it gets to a point where the snow just kind of sinks in. My truck is good for this shit. You know, we got these meaty tires and all the sorts. It's made for off-roading. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what truck you have. It doesn't matter what vehicle you have. There's limits to it. You know, there's reason why only snowmobiles can go down these trails. So I'm actually gonna have to walk a pretty fair distance.
After gearing up and admitting some understandable apprehension, Jasko ventures alone into the snowy woods.
Alright guys, so I'm here in the forest, and this is what is in front of me right now. Now, there's some good news. One, it's walkable, which is great.
It's been a difficult 2-hour search just to find a walkable path into the forest's isolating embrace. Almost immediately, He pulls out his spirit talker, attempting to make contact, only to be met with what sounds distinctly like a whistle cutting through the silence.
I think that's good enough time, right? Invoke. So I got my spirit talker out. All right, I'm gonna invoke. Hello, spirits. My name is Yasko, and I'd like to get. I have my hood up right now. That definitely sounded like a whistle. You be the judge. I don't know. Let's head on down. So, spirits, if there's anybody that wants to talk to me, get to know me. I mean, you could tell a lot of these footprints are recent. Those look like deer prints.
As Jasko pushes deeper, he shares more about the forest's grim local legends, warnings passed down to children, tales of death, while the spirit talker delivers unsettling messages. The session takes a more alarming turn when it mentions shadow figure, prompting Jasko to lay low, deeply unnerved.
Hello?
Shadow figure.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's just fantastic. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna lay low for a second. I'm gonna lay real low.
Meanwhile, Chris begins his own solitary investigation, quickly becoming unnerved by strange voices, talking and yelling nearby.
I've been walking my way for about 10-15 minutes now. Finally decided to pull the camera out. I've just been hearing so many weird noises. Now, I know we haven't really started doing anything yet, but I'm pretty sure there might be somebody here. And the reason I'm saying that is I keep hearing voices. Voices sound like talking. I hear yelling. I hear things that might be animals. Don't exactly know what it is. Now, I have my spirit.
His spirit box starts communicating, mentioning 40 possible forest's missing persons cases. He, too, is plagued by whistling sounds and feels watched, catching glimpses of lights and movement amongst the dense trees before taking a fall, the whistling intensifying around him.
That was definitely a whistle. What the hell? Somebody out there? Right, hang on a sec. Alright, so this thing is on, you guys. So you guys can see it's
40.
40. Okay, I want to make sure it was working. Hey, spirits, my name is Chris. Don't mean any harm, so I want to talk to you guys. What does the number 40 mean? I'm just curious. I'm pretty sure that could be like the amount of people that have gone missing here. I do know that people have gone in this forest and gone missing. Kind of a common thing, unfortunately, but there was a light over there. I just saw a light or something move over there. Anything you guys want to say to me? By myself in a haunted forest. What the hell was that? That was a whistle. I've heard whistling a lot since I've been here, which is not fun. It's not very comfortable. What the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, I swear to God, I saw a light or something. Somebody just moved down there? I saw. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell? What the hell is that? I'm putting my light. What the hell is that? Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh, I just fell. Oh, holy shit! It's a fucking whistle.
Jasko and Chris manage to connect via a tense phone call, both confirming they are experiencing high strangeness, including voices and noises.
Yo, what's up, man?
Why are you whispering?
I'm not sure, but I think there might be somebody like either near me or following me. I'm a little nervous right now.
Do you want me to come back?
No, I don't even know where you are. I've been walking for so long, bro. But I keep hearing these noises and voices that I do not.
Jasko urgently warns Chris to stay away from any creeks, recalling the drown message before they agree to meet back up, cutting the dangerous solo investigations short. As Chris makes his way back, something yet more terrifying occurs.
Sorry, I saw someone move again over there. That was a whistle. There's the whistle. That was a scream. That was literally out there somewhere. What the hell was that? That was the creepiest fucking scream I've ever heard. I don't know if that was an animal or a person. Wow. Behind me?
He hears more distinct whistles, gets messages like birds circling, hears a terrifying scream pierce the night, and then a voice seemingly talking right behind him. The duo finally reunites, immediately noticing something out of place. A frozen jacket, looking like a women's cardigan, hanging inexplicably from a branch.
What was that? Huh? I definitely just heard something down there. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Oh.
Okay, so just to catch you guys up on everything, I'll probably put like a fucking black screen or something on there to kind of like explain things. I called Chris again because his location wasn't updating for me, and by then he told me that he got back to the truck. He dropped his camera off, and he said he'll just meet me down the trail. So I haven't really done much here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really freaked out, bro.
Okay.
Look right there.
What the hell?
But
Wait, what is that? Pants?
no, it looks like a jacket.
It's been there for a bit. Look at it.
I mean,
It looks like frozen. It's like completely
it
frozen.
legit looks frozen, yeah.
Bro, it's something like a girl's jacket. See the little buttons and things?
As they discuss their unsettling solo experiences, including screams and constant whistling. Another sound, like a yell, echoes nearby. Investigating the jacket, they find a box inside labeled Stephanie.
Legit.
Did you really?
Yeah, 100%. No, I know I caught it on camera.
No, I mean, I heard some weird shit like that. I had a lot of whistles, too. It was so
Yes,
weird.
100%.
It was like I'd ask the question to the spirit box, and then it would like almost whistle answer. Like it was like very quick to like whistle. Is that an animal or a person?
I don't know. That almost sounded like a scream, but like not a scream, like a yell.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna fire my bro. My spirit box was saying some crazy shit.
Was it?
Like that someone would be very, very careful. I had a horrible death.
And all the answers always like. There's a story here. That's all I can really say. It definitely puts a story together that we don't know about.
Like a Walmart?
Yeah, like a Walmart.
You said there's
Dollar
a store
General.
here.
A story.
Oh, a story. My bad. Sorry. Hood's up. I can't hear shit.
Yeah. ESL, you're good.
Sure. Bro, that is like frozen.
But you wouldn't like take a. Excuse me, I can't talk. You wouldn't take a layer off this time of year.
There's something.
It's so cold.
Something in the pocket. Look how it's like weighing down. I'm trying to see if there's like identification. Because this kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if it's telling me things like I died a horrible death and whatever. What the fuck? It said Ron, but it didn't say it out loud. Can I give this to you? Sorry. Okay, so set pockets. Bro, look how deep this snow gets at certain points.
It's rough, man. When I was off trail a couple times trying to just duck. What? What is that? Bro, maybe don't touch that.
There's a
What is
zipper.
that? Maybe don't touch that.
Oh god. This is. Oh shit.
Maybe it's just like a geocache.
Yeah, geocache.
Oh god, there's a girl's name on it.
Hesitantly, they open the box while hearing more distinct voices nearby, including a man's voice seemingly saying a name.
His voice.
Okay. Yo, we just heard it.
Okay, hold on. I gotta hear better. I gotta hear better. Take this off for a sec. Sorry. It's...
Again.
Chris, what the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, this is really loud right now, guys. She's talking. That's a man's voice. That's a man.
Benjamin.
We just got a man's name.
There's people.
Inside, they uncover a bizarre collection, memorial items. Feeling imminent danger and convinced someone is approaching, they grab the box and retreat quickly.
Remember, honor, teach. Wreaths across America.
What is it?
Wreaths are the things you put on your door, right? Okay, that's an animal. The first one initially, though, was a couple minutes ago. It was not an animal. That was,
No.
That's a man's voice. That's a man.
Benjamin.
We just got a man's name. We just got a man's name.
There's people. There's people. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Bro. Okay. Chris?
Here, take.
Yeah, I'll take your phone. Let's fucking go.
Alright, someone's actually here.
100%.
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
Huh? What am I doing with this?
I don't know. Do we leave it? Do we take it?
Someone's coming. Someone's 110% coming, for sure. The thing's gonna eat me up. Is if there's identification on one of those like things, and maybe we could figure out.
We could go on a back or something.
Why don't we just give this to like a park ranger or something?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
probably a
let's
good
do
idea.
that. Dude, I'm so uncomfortable right
Dude,
now.
we caught that on camera, bro.
Okay, so I'm glad that we're not losing it. We actually are hearing like voices. Is that kind of like what you were experiencing when you were alone?
100%.
But then my question is, bro, are these people out here without flashlights?
I mean, look, there's nothing. You see the lights. There's no lights anywhere. Okay, I don't like this.
Neither, bro.
We're pretty far from the truck, too.
Very far from the truck. Okay, how about this, guys? I'm gonna zip this up. We might have to start kind of picking our feet up here. So I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna put this down for a sec. We'll meet back up once we get closer to the truck or something. But this is...
We can figure this out at the truck.
We'll figure this out, okay. Let's go.
Safely back near the trail entrance, Jasko recounts the forest's full, chilling history.
An ancient, dense stretch of land that locals have long whispered about. Most people avoid it, but it's not because it's hard to find. The forest sits within state land. Dirt roads cutting through the trees, a shortcut for travelers in a hurry. On paper, it's a place anyone can access, even in the dead of night. But the small towns nearby all share the same warning to their children. Never go into the woods at dark.
Oh.
There's a heavy silence that blankets the area, but even more unsettling are the stories. Stories that have grown darker with each passing year. It's a place where children play in the shadows, but no one ever sees them during the day. At night, though, some say they see them, silhouettes of children standing by the side of the road, their heads turned away from passing cars. These figures don't move, they don't speak, they're just there watching, waiting. Which makes me kind of glad that we can't drive in here. You hear
Like a bird or something?
There is no bird in sight. That genuinely sounded like a... I hate the fact that we're kind of talking about the children this happens, but... Just the silence of the forest pressing in on them, making them feel smaller than they've ever felt before. Horrifying. They set out to make a documentary on the haunted forest, hoping to capture the eerie atmosphere and maybe even some of the strange phenomena. It's like us.
Just a couple kids.
It's a couple film students.
Filmmakers.
We used to, when we used to get pulled over by police for trespassing, don't do it, by the way. We do stupid things so you don't have to.
Yes.
Disclaimer.
Welcome.
But when we used to get pulled over from police, we used to tell them that we were film students from Nebraska,
That's actually true.
and it worked a lot. From
No, it did.
Omaha.
Yeah,
It-
As he speaks, the forest seems to respond, with unexplained sounds punctuating the narrative.
and then when it stops, you don't hear a thing.
Whoa. Is that a voice? Legitimately? What's the voice?
That was a voice. Hello? Here comes the wind again.
Dude.
Normally,
timing.
voices carry in the wind, but when there's no wind and you hear a voice, it's like,
Kind of creepy.
okay. Some believe he had seen one of the shadow children.
Brother? I don't want to die right now because of the ice.
Bro, that sounds like footsteps coming. That literally sounds like footsteps coming.
There's no way though.
Can you shine your light? Hello? that legitimately sound like footsteps crunching in the snow coming
Right
towards
behind
us.
us. What is that? What is going on?
It sounds like crying. Like I really hope you guys could hear this.
He could hear startling noises, whistles, voices, distinct footsteps, and what sounds like crying. The storytelling is abruptly interrupted by the aggressive sounds of nearby coyotes, seemingly agitated and unnervingly close to their previous location.
Okay. If they're doing that,
Time to go.
they're in danger. Better yet, we're in danger.
That's fucking horrifying.
This final straw pushes them to seek refuge in their truck for safety.
I guess since I'm here, I'm just gonna hurry up and say this before they get any closer. Anyone brave or foolish enough to explore the forest might find themselves facing something far worse than the rustling of trees in the wind. Bro, shut up. Because those who venture in often say they leave with the sense that they're not just in the forest, but of it. Something waiting for them. So the next time you see the sign marking the entrance to the front of the forest, or hear someone mention the haunted forest, just remember, you're braver than I am, you think, about stepping foot in there. And you know what? Now, I'm very glad that we did get out of there. Because, dude, we were down there to the left. And that's exactly where it sounds like they are. So I truly wonder, but here's the thing. If they're making those sorts of noises, I truly wonder if something has alerted them.
They might smell us.
Probably.
Meaty. Yeah. We don't know where they are, so I think we should
Yeah,
probably get
we're
in the truck.
gonna continue this in the truck, guys. So let me put some of the stuff back in here.
Confined to the truck, they debrief the night's terrifying events, acknowledging they experienced nearly all the forest's infamous phenomena. With other access points snowed in, they decide their only option is to spend the night in the truck, cameras recording.
Of the forest, several different access points. It's not gonna happen. Every single entrance has been like plowed in with the snow. They just like push the snow here. It makes sense because these are like the entrances to the seasonal roads. It's just really unfortunate when we want to go ahead and try and explore and stuff. It just makes it impossible, So I guess what we're gonna do is we're just try to get some sleep here. We're back at one of the access points. I'm not exactly sure which one this is. I think this is where we did the story.
No, it is.
It is?
100%, yeah. Like, traumatized.
Oh wait, where the dogs were.
Yeah, I'm just like picturing him like waking up and they're like looking in the window at me. But he's got like thumbs. He's trying to like open it and he can't.
I'm gonna lock the door.
Thank you.
10 times just to make sure. Well, yeah, so far, pretty crazy night. I mean, I guess we could definitely scratch off everything that was rumored about this place because we've experienced it all. Now,
Yeah.
the one thing I will say is the possibility of the shadow figure stuff.
The relative safety is short-lived. While trying to rest, Jasko hears a man's voice just outside. A check reveals fresh, large footprints behind the vehicle that weren't there before.
I can't see over there.
What's going on?
I swear to God, I just heard a voice outside, bro. It's like somebody was outside the truck. And there's some footprints back there that are kind of like sketchy. That I don't know if we're there earlier, but I literally thought there was somebody outside the truck. I swear to God. I'm having trouble falling asleep, and then I don't know. I just looked. There's like no one right here, but there's like these weird footprints over in the back that are kind of big.
Oh, let me show you.
They look fresh.
Do you see?
Listen. Wait, what's that?
That does sound like crunching in the snow. You sure there's nothing back there? Hold on.
I don't see anything. Like, I just see the marks and stuff, but I don't see any people.
Behind us.
Oh, damn. Heart's racing a little. That was kind of weird. It just sounded so close. It sounded like somebody was like outside.
So that's the sign back there.
See the marks? See those right there?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
You can literally see it.
Dude.
I don't think those were there earlier. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those were not there. I could be wrong.
Oh my God. Those are footprints. Someone literally just... Hold
It's
on.
possible they walked by and like...
Later, tapping and thumping sounds start, followed by a distinct hit on the window, though checks reveal nothing and no wind.
What is that? Whoa. Whoa. What am I hearing right now?
Sounds like thumping.
Yeah.
Is there a car coming? This is like
Same thing.
thump, thump. Bro, I legit heard like...
What?
On the window.
What?
I swear to God.
What window?
That's the only logical explanation to everything,
Yeah.
which would be great, but there's no wind outside at all.
Doesn't seem like it.
The night culminates in absolute terror. A blood-curdling scream rips through the darkness, immediately followed by a bright light rapidly approaching their truck.
Bro, what the fuck was that?
I think it was a scream.
From where?
Yo!
What's that?
Chris, there's a
What?
fucking light. There's
Where?
a fucking light.
Where? Bro, what the fuck?
That's a light. That's a light.
Get the fuck out
Yo,
of
it's
here.
coming.
Bro.
It's
Start driving, please.
Panic ensues as they scramble to start the vehicle and escape, convinced they are being pursued. Speeding away, they catch another glimpse of something on the road, solidifying their desperate flight from the haunted forest.
Turn the truck. Fuck. Go. Turn the lights on. We can't fucking see anything.
Sorry. Fuck. Shit. Bro. That was a scream. Someone's out here. Someone is
100%.
literally out here.
1,000,000%. Holy shit.
That light was coming towards us.
For sure. They were letting us know.
I genuinely have no idea like what the fuck's going on, bro.
There was somebody coming after us. Like,
I don't even know where to go. Hold
Absolutely.
on. I don't even know where to go.
Just
Pull
drive
over.
somewhere, bro. I don't even care at this point. Just get out of the
Just pull over
forest.
for a sec. I can't even, like, my fucking camera's on. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out where the fuck to go. Bro, that was a light. First off, that was a scream 110%.
1,000,000%. Someone was there the whole time. Someone was literally there the whole time.
Oh my god, my service is so ass. Come on. Trying to figure out how to get to the main road again.
What the hell? What was that?
What'd you see? What'd you see?
Hold on. Flash your high beams.
Oh! What the fuck was that?
Please drive. Please fucking drive.
You got it.
From disembodied voices and spirit box communications, hinting at tragedy, to the unexplained physical evidence like the jacket and footprints, the night offered more questions than answers. The final, terrifying chase sequence serves as a stark reminder that the dangers lurking in such isolated, notorious locations can be both supernatural and chillingly real. When venturing into the dark woods, one must be prepared not only for spirits, but for the unpredictable threats hidden within the shadows. Some mysteries, it seems, are better left unsolved, but perhaps that's exactly what keeps us coming back for more. On January 13, 2024, the YouTube account Squatch Watchers uploaded a new video. Known for showcasing jungle adventures, dense forests, thrilling explorations, and unique experiences, this upload was different. It captured an encounter unlike anything the channel had ever shared before, something completely unfamiliar and unexpected.
They're always watching, always. I'm going to turn the camera, and as soon as I look at them, they're going to go, but just keep an eye out. Watch.
The video was actually submitted to the channel by one of the channel's viewers, which featured a Bigfoot chasing a man. Throughout the clip, the man points the camera towards the thick woods until you witness something truly scary.
There they go. So I'm not going to go pursue them because their structures are right over there. And as long as they stay on that side of the structures, they're not bothering me. And as long as I stay on this side, I'm not bothering them.
However, the video takes a chilling turn and becomes incredibly nerve-wracking when something unexpected is caught on camera. A faint movement is observed deep within the woods, and it is captured on camera. The experience was deeply unnerving, leaving a lingering sense of unease. To this day, the origin of those movements remains unknown, perhaps a mystery best left untouched. Did you find this encounter shocking? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. How would you react if you heard wolves while taking a walk outside? Meet Kevin, the creator behind the YouTube channel Small Plots. His adventures often take him into the overlooked margins of urban landscapes, setting up camp where few would think to look, testing boundaries, and finding unique perspectives in seemingly mundane spots. From muddy ditches to patches of woods bordering infrastructure, his explorations reveal the hidden character of these often ignored places. With his straightforward style, Kevin documents the challenges and small beauties he finds. But one foggy, rain-soaked trip would lead to discoveries that blur the line between a difficult camp and something genuinely disturbing. On what appears to be a dreary, wet day, Kevin arrived near a power substation bordering a dense, uninviting forest. Armed with his camera and hammock gear, he was ready for another typical Small Plots adventure, finding a spot to stealth camp despite the challenging conditions and the location's known monitored status.
It is rainy, it is foggy, it is wet, it is Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. I'm here at a power substation, a transformer substation. This place is patrolled, monitored. I've been riding my bike up here before and been told to leave. So it's not like this is like a benign nothing place.
The video began with Kevin acknowledging the grim weather, rainy, foggy, wet, and the palpable energy near the power facility. He knew the area was patrolled, adding an immediate layer of tension to his search for a hidden spot within the dripping woods.
There's a nice forest over here that I think I might be able to sneak into. Now this place is patrolled, monitored. I've been riding my bike up here before.
He started pushing into the forest, immediately facing overgrown branches, trash, and extremely muddy, treacherous terrain. The initial attempt proved too difficult, forcing him back out.
Oh no, is this looks like a fallen birch tree. Oh man. This place is kind of nasty. Oh, I can barely see my... Yeah, I gotta find another place to jump in. This place is too overcrowded with branches and garbage, but luckily this...
Finding a second entry point, the reality of the environment truly set in. Steep slopes, slick mud, and signs of deer, hinting at the wilderness reclaiming this neglected space.
Okay, I think this might be a better spot. Right here, it's a little bit down, closer to the forest, so I don't have to push through all sorts of stuff, but it is wet, and it is steep, and there are deer footprints. You know how those deer like to get. Yeah, I gotta get down this little berm here without slipping and dislocating my knee.
As he ventured deeper, the forest's degraded state became alarmingly clear. It wasn't just wet. He found himself in what could only be described as a swamp, flooded and filled with countless downed and dying ash trees. A landscape Kevin observed was rapidly losing its character as a forest.
I'm not gonna lie, this forest is pretty messed up. It's completely flooded. The ground is just muck and a few inches of water in the low-lying areas. There's a ton of downed ash trees, like a ton. Like this is like a few years away from not even being a forest anymore. I'm already making like a mud pool where my feet are, but I mean, there wasn't like a ton of options. This is kind of it. I'm basically camping in a swamp, like with water and mud and all that stuff.
Amidst the struggle to find suitable trees for his hammock in the muck, an eerie atmosphere pervaded. The fog hung heavy, visibility was low, and a strange, intermittent wailing sound echoed through the woods, initially dismissed, but persistently unnerving.
This is a very strange, creepy forest, I'm not gonna lie, with the fog and the scraggly trees here in the swamp. I don't know, man, it's just... I've been hearing this wailing sound. Like a... no, some kind of animal. It's actually now just occurring to me. It might be a chicken. It's starting to let up a little bit, which is nice. That's the sound, the wail I'm talking about, the wailing. That has to be a chicken or something, right?
Despite the lack of ideal spots and the inability to make a fire on the waterlogged ground, Kevin set up his tarp and hammock, creating a small refuge in the swampy, decaying woods, resigning himself to a cold meal.
Okay, well, I found some trees that aren't dead ash trees. They're not the best trees to hang a hammock to. They're kind of spindly, but this is what we got. I gotta hurry up, get my tarp up so I can dry off. Got the tarp mostly up. I didn't do the middle pull out, so it's kind of saggy and whatever, but it's keeping me out of the rain for now. Let up. It's been raining. More rain is forecast. I think I'm gonna call it on the fire. The ground is just water anyway, so yeah, but because everything is just completely soaked, and having a fire would be way more of a hassle than I'm willing to go through right now. We're just gonna eat it cold. It's kind of how it is.
The night passed uneventfully, save for the constant dampness and the feeling of being watched, perhaps by wildlife, perhaps by something else.
Beyond the fact that I feel like I'm being watched the entire time I'm here, about a foot below me, I'm hanging a little low. Hanging a little low. Pretty uneventful night. Hearing some voices around here and there. Pretty close to the bike trail that I came in on, and houses, so hearing voices isn't like totally.
Morning revealed the true extent of the mud. Everything coated, gear infested with slugs. A miserable, messy pack-up awaited.
Only woke up a few times. No complaints. Other than the fact that everything I have is covered in mud, and is wet, and is mud. Especially the mud that I gotta do something about this. I can't pack that up.
But it was the exit strategy that led to the most unsettling part of the adventure. Deciding to walk out through a field in the opposite direction, Kevin noted what looked like an old, overgrown ATV trail.
To the transformer facility, I'm gonna actually walk out of the forest in the opposite direction, because I think at this point it's actually closer to the trail than I need to get to in order to leave. So that means I'm gonna snake out behind the camera this way. There's a big field that I'll be walking through, and hopefully that will clean off my boots a little bit. This was, I mentioned it yesterday, this looks like it was maybe an old ATV trail like years ago, until like trees fell and blocked the way. You can kind of make it out. I don't know.
As he neared the edge of the woods, strange sounds of machinery briefly put him on edge, but faded. Then, something truly unexpected came into view. An abandoned boat, inexplicably sitting in the middle of this marshy field near the woods.
Big machinery out there, right where I'm trying to go. That's not good. It's coming from that way. Flanking and clunking. Should I go under or around? Let's go around. Yeah, it's like a bus. I heard like there's definitely some kind of machinery on the trail over there. Whether or not they're gonna care that I'm coming out of this field, I get to find out. Oh my god, it's a boat. This feels pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie.
Curiosity piqued, Kevin investigated further, finding chunks of old concrete, suggesting a structure once stood there.
Some metal, some rocks. This raised area almost looks like, yeah, there's like concrete and stuff, like old, or is that just rocks? Hard to tell. No, that's concrete. Oh man, there's like a shed over there. Okay.
And then, deeper towards the houses bordering the field, he spotted it. Not just debris, but what looked chillingly like a makeshift shelter constructed from tarps.
Shed over there. Okay. I gotta go check out that shed real quick before getting out of here. Is it a shed? Or is it like where someone's living? Oh, I don't know.
A wave of caution hit him. Concluding someone might be residing there, he wisely decided against approaching further.
Might be staying there. I'm not gonna get any closer. I thought it looked like a big metal shed. It's not. It's like a tarp covering stuff.
He quickly retreated, the implications hanging heavy in the air. Kevin made his way out onto the nearby trail, relieved to be leaving the muddy woods behind, but the discoveries lingered.
The sun is bearing down. This hoodie needs to come off, but once I'm out of here. Okay, I'm like right next to the trail. I don't see anybody. I don't hear any vehicles right here. This is such an easy walkout.
Who abandoned a boat in that waterlogged field? What structure once stood on those concrete remnants? And, most disturbingly, was someone living in that makeshift shelter, potentially watching him throughout his muddy, solitary camp? The strange sounds, the eerie atmosphere, the final discovery, it all paints a picture far more unsettling than just a difficult night in the rain. Sometimes the most unnerving encounters aren't with the supernatural, but with the stark, unexplained evidence of human presence in places you thought were merely forgotten. Kevin sought a small plot for a night, but stumbled upon remnants of hidden lives and unanswered questions, reminding us that even on the edge of town, you might not be as alone as you think. If this already gave you chills, brace yourself for the next spine-chilling video. Meet Sam, the creator behind the YouTube channel Sam Walks a Lot. Through her videos, she takes viewers on immersive journeys to mysterious and allegedly haunted locations, uncovering the folklore and legends that surround these eerie places. From ancient ruins to fog-shrouded forests, her explorations reveal both the natural beauty and the unsettling atmosphere of these enigmatic sites. With her balanced approach of skepticism and openness, Sam keeps her audience captivated. But during her visit to the Screaming Woods, she would come to understand just how genuinely unnerving these explorations could truly become. On a misty evening, Sam arrived at the remote wooded area near Pluckley, known locally as the Screaming Woods, but officially called the Dining Woods. Armed with nothing but her camera, she was eager to document whatever mysteries the ancient forest had to offer.
The Screaming Woods, a place where the trees seem to whisper eerie tales and the wind howls in a blood-curdling scream, have long been a topic of fascination and terror. There is something that seems to be woven into the history of the Screaming Woods that has drawn me here today.
The eerie silence of the forest, occasionally broken by distant sounds, created an atmosphere of mounting tension.
The Screaming Woods, officially known as the Dining Woods, stretch just beyond Pluckley's border, with Pluckley being the most haunted village in England. But as darkness falls, they become something else entirely. Legends claim that you can hear blood-curdling screams in the middle of the night.
The wood's connection to Pluckley, often described as the most haunted village in England, became apparent as Sam ventured deeper into the narrow, winding paths surrounded by tall, silent trees.
So many choices of paths where to go. What's going on here? It's neater. Been in a few minutes and strange noises already. According to the legends, these are the screams of the people that died here. Yeah, according to legends, people died here.
Without hesitation, Sam pressed forward into the increasingly dense forest. The moment she found herself surrounded by the ancient trees, strange sounds began to manifest. Whistles and unexplained noises that seemed to follow her through the darkness.
There's the wind, there's the rain, and I'm hearing whistles. Are those screams tricks on nature, or they're really the echoes of the tragic souls that never found peace? And above all else, what really happened here to fuel all these legends?
The most unsettling aspect of the woods became apparent as Sam continued her journey. Despite being alone, she could distinctly hear sounds that seemed to respond to her presence.
One of the stories here at the Screaming Woods is that of the highwayman of Fright Corner. The highwayman was killed here with a spear thrown at him and then impaled into a tree, and he still roams the woods around the area of Fright Corner, which is literally just on here, and he still jumps out at people hiding behind the trees like he used to do when he was alive. Another ghost that is said to roam around here is that of the Colonel. Now, the Colonel is described as a shadowy figure. Is said to be a military man, possibly a former soldier.
The contrast between the natural forest sounds and these unexplained phenomena was jarring, leaving her questioning whether they were simply tricks of nature or something more sinister lurking between the trees.
The noises around here. Like many other figures of Pluckley's haunted lore, his identity is not known, and is often seen dangling from one of the trees around here. But whatever noises they're coming from that side, not this side. Why does it look like he's going slow-mo? Now, the locals do say that the screaming noises heard around here are those of foxes, which sound like this.
While exploring locations associated with the forest's most famous spectral residents, Sam noticed more inexplicable sounds surrounding her, as if the mere mention of the spirits had somehow stirred them into activity.
So, let's see if we can hear any screams. Apart from some strange noises that I heard earlier, like metal, I haven't heard anything. Typical, isn't it? This totally looks like a photo. Woods also seem to have a dark history. And now I'm using my words really carefully here, and I'm using the word seems, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. And it gives me the shivers because Pluckley seems to have a Charles Manson.
The strange coincidence left her visibly unsettled, yet determined to continue her investigation into both the highwayman of Fright Corner and the mysterious colonel said to haunt these woods.
20 people from the Maltmans area were found dead. The bodies were forming a massive pile of human flesh, and they did not present any wounds. According to the story, the reports are that of strange lights noticed late at night by the locals. Autopsies were able to determine the cause of death. I have searched everywhere, and the only information I could find was a fake article on the internet, and that is called, I think, pasta, or an internet urban legend that is completely made up. And I don't know if it's done on purpose or not, but all the information that I found over the internet about this.
Sam's analytical mindset remained active despite her growing unease. She needed to separate fact from fiction about the wood's grim reputation.
The Screaming Woods are also home to another mystery that occurred on the 31st of October 1998, when 4 college students went missing while entering the woods at night on Halloween. According to the same story, Plackley locals saw lights in the sky lighting up, and after 3 weeks the police gave up the search. There are no official records, there's no police case. The only information that you can find is fake and created by someone on the internet on purpose. You can look everywhere else, you can look on the newspaper records, there's absolutely nothing.
Determined to investigate further, she meticulously debunked fabricated internet legends while acknowledging the genuine local folklore that had persisted for generations.
So now we have ghost stories, we've debunked the 2 fake stories about missing people and cult deaths here in the 40s. I cannot debunk the sounds. I can't tell what the sounds are. It is very strange because they come and go. And it does feel like the woods are whispering. They're really creepy. Well, that's just me. I got the camera turning itself on. Okay. Alright, gimbal, behave. I hear footsteps.
What happened next sent a jolt of alarm through her, especially when her camera equipment seemed to activate on its own, adding another inexplicable element to her increasingly strange experience.
Maybe animals over there? I haven't seen any, apart from a bird. So theories and stories aside, the fact remains that the Screaming Woods are a place of a profound fascination and intrigue. Well, whether you believe or not in the supernatural, the woods seem to have a power that is captivating and terrifying.
A sudden moment of disorientation fell upon Sam as the paths seemed to shift and change in the dimming light.
The place is as creepy as hell. And I think I just got lost. Well, you guys, it does look like I'm the only person here. And I made it out of the woods alive.
Although Sam eventually found her way out of the woods, one unsettling question remained. What had caused those strange sounds and sensations? Was it merely the natural acoustics of the forest playing tricks on her senses? Or had she experienced something genuinely paranormal? Something that defied rational explanation? The mystery of that evening in the Screaming Woods remains unresolved.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumb up. And I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Ghost stories might be unsettling, but the genuine atmosphere of certain places can affect even the most skeptical minds. The power of suggestion combined with historical tragedy can create an environment where the boundary between imagination and reality blurs. Fortunately, Sam maintained her composure throughout her exploration. Her measured approach and careful documentation ensured she captured the genuine atmosphere while avoiding sensationalism. One thing's for certain: the Screaming Woods remain as mysterious and unsettling as ever, continuing to draw those brave enough to walk among its whispering trees. Were these 5 encounters unsettling? If so, Get ready for what's coming next, cause this one for sure will leave you scared. Meet Hiwaga, a young explorer who was part of a larger hiking group with her friend. What should have been a routine photo opportunity would soon turn into something far more concerning. On April 3rd, 2023, Hiwaga and her friend fell behind their hiking group to capture some photos at a scenic overlook. Armed with just their phones and a growing sense of urgency, they soon realized their mistake. The video begins with expressions of panic as the realization sets in that they've become separated from their companions. The tone in their voices immediately reveals the gravity of their situation. After a momentary silence, they quickly determine their course of action. The urgency in Hiwaga's voice betrays a deeper anxiety about their surroundings and the potential consequences of remaining separated from the group. Their decision to pursue their companions is made with little hesitation, despite the clear risks involved. As they begin moving faster through the terrain, the footage captures their growing concern as they observe the increasing distance between themselves and safety. The final moments of this brief video end with a single word that hangs in the air, marking their full realization of isolation. What makes this footage particularly disturbing isn't just their separation from the group, but what Hiwaga discovered upon reviewing the video later. When carefully examined, something, or someone, appears to be moving in the background, tracking their movements with deliberate purpose. What initially appeared to be nothing more than a shadow takes on a more defined form when the footage is enhanced. The most chilling aspect of this encounter becomes apparent in the brief 23-second recording. Questions emerge that cannot be easily answered. Who was following them? Were they being stalked? Or was it merely another hiker who happened to be on the same path? And perhaps most unsettling of all, did her companion know more than she revealed? While Hiwaga and her friend eventually reunite with their group, the identity of their unseen follower remains a mystery. One thing is certain, they'll never again lag behind for just one more photo. Nature holds many wonders worth capturing, but sometimes the camera captures more than we bargained for. Always stay with your group. You never know who might be watching from the shadows. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.